Byrne 5120 is being brought in as an opponent for a third time on a Matchroom show tomorrow night, but don't suggest or even think the 30-year-old has elected to play journeyman. Some within Irish boxing have questioned why the negotiator has elected to take on Eddie Hearn prospects rather than try and accumulate experience or even titles back home. Indeed, some have even gone as far as to indicate the money is the motivation behind the fighter who has been pro just over a year's decision to trade leather against such highly thought-of prospects. However, when speaking to Byrne, you realize he has a unique approach to an early career. The Loughlinstown former Bray Wanderers footballer sees it as a chance to change his career and leapfrog all those at the same career stage and are content to build at home. Byrne is always confident of an upset win and knows doing so in the Sky Spotlight could be a career changer. The pay packet is not what people think it is. Do people really think I would put 10 weeks of pure pain into my body to be a journeyman? That's not me, he said, putting irishboxing.com in its place. Byrne has been linked with a host of fighters closer to home over the last 12 months and has been involved in some frank back and forths with a number of teams and even promoters. He claims he is open to all comers, and being in domestic dust-ups of note appeals to him, but remains adamant that those fights won't happen for peanuts, and in the meantime a chance to beat a name under the spotlight is better than the certainty of beating a journeyman on a less lit-up show. I'll be honest, I will come back and fight anyone in Ireland if it makes sense, and I ain't been used for peanuts. Money aside, I would rather fight in massive arenas against huge names than fight in small arenas against journeymen, and that's the bottom line. If anyone wants to fight me for any titles in Ireland and get in contact with a decent offer that makes sense to both parties, and I'll be there, no problems. The latest name Byrne has been drafted in to fight over 6 rounds is Anthony Fowler 220. The Liverpudlian is a former standout amateur and Rio Olympian who promoter Eddie Hearn has high hopes for, but Byrne is confident he can cause an upset. The fighter that lost on points to Felix Cash and Josh Kelly claims his latest Matchroom foe isn't at the same level as the previous 2 who defeated him, and predicts he will break his foe down in a close fight. I predict an early onslaught from Fowler, and, once I overcome that, I think I'll break him down and work too much for him. I think it's going to be very, very close, and that's me being completely honest, he continued. The first fight I had v Cash I had just fought 3 weeks earlier at welter, and that was at middleweight, but it was a gamble that paid in terms of activity on the big stage regularly. On Fowler I see a big strong lad that likes to throw bombs, but I don't see him being as technical or as hard to hit as Kelly. Byrne also revealed he has trained camps and will now have MTK stylist Declan Geraghty's father in his corner, Declan Geraghty Sr. I changed coach for this camp to change things up and work out of my gym in Bray, so I could focus more time on my boxing with less travel. What Eddie Highland taught me was priceless to the earlier part of my career, and I'll hold him close to my heart forever, but I've moved to Declan Geraghty Sr. and I have changed everything about my style, and I hope everyone notices that. Saturday night. Photo credit Laszlo Jet Show photography related.